So, most elaborate meal planning instructions out there have you making a grocery list while you menu plan. And it seems like that makes sense because you want to make sure that you have the ingredients on hand so that your meal plan can even have a chance of working, right? But this means that you have to menu plan before you go to the grocery store. And you have to go to the grocery store before you can do your menu plan, before you can, make dinner. And the timing just gets complicated when it comes to real family life. I have a better way. Hi, I'm Mystie Winckler from Simply Convivial. I'm a wife, homemaker, homeschooler, and also author of the book Simplified Organization, Learn to Love What Must Be Done. And one of the things that we really can learn to love is getting a family meal on the table most days. So grab a basket of laundry to fold while we dig in. So with typical menu planning guidelines, which are usually made by cookbook writers, recipe bloggers, and other people more in tune with the food element of the plan rather than the whole family logistics piece, you typically make a grocery list while you're menu planning so that you can be sure you get the right ingredients. And then we busy moms at home spinning a million plates wonder why we have such a hard time with menu planning, often procrastinating on the project at all because it feels overwhelming and impossible and it doesn't really work out. The more effort we put in does not necessarily equate to a plan that works better. This is real life. The problem isn't that you are a terrible menu planner. What is really going on is that cooking the most amazing meals is actually not our number one priority. We want to get dinner on the table. We want to have family dinners and make that a priority. But it has to work itself into the schedule and all the other things that we have going on in our life. It just needs to be a part of the regular rhythm and not a meticulously ordered priority. So, the timing is hard when you do an elaborate menu plan like that and have to grocery shop after you menu plan. We tend then on that kind of arrangement to buy ingredients that we won't actually use again. So we're spending money that we don't need to. We're buying things that we aren't even sure our family will enjoy. And when we go to the grocery store, we have our list of planned food and it doesn't correspond to what's on sale necessarily. And so what often happens for me is I buy what's on my list for my menu plan and what's on sale, and then I have too much food and some of it goes bad and we end up not using it all. So instead, make your menu plan after the grocery shopping is over. No matter when you grocery shop, even if you grocery shopped several days before, a week before, however grocery shopping works into your week, menu plan after that. Menu plan based on what you actually bought. But for that to work, you have to know what you usually buy. You want to have a master pantry stocking list. And then when you're grocery shopping, you're just refilling your pantry. So you know that you use a variety of ingredients, rice, pasta, mayonnaise, apple cider vinegar, olive oil, your family's favorite seasonings. My family is always using Johnny's seasoning salt and Montreal steak seasoning. I use that in all kinds of recipes. Sour cream, whatever else your family uses, which you will learn if you observe and list from experience. So as you're cooking your normal meals, or if you look over previous menu plans, or as you ask your family what their favorites are, and you write those out, you can begin to compile what your family's usual ingredient base is. It's amazing how much a variety of meals we can get from really a core set of pantry staples, where, pantry doesn't just mean shelf stable in the pantry, but also the fridge and the freezer. Menu planning after I grocery shop also helps me save money on meat in particular, because I want to buy the meat that's on sale. Now, I only want to buy meat that I know I will use. Even if cow tongue is on sale, I'm not going to buy it because I have no idea what to do with a cow tongue. But I do know what to do with ground beef and ground sausage. If there's ground turkey on sale, I could probably mix that with the ground beef or with the ground sausage, or use a ground beef recipe. I could use that. If it's a good deal, I'll get it. Pork roasts, beef roasts. I know that I have methods for turning those cuts of meat into a dinner. So if one of those kinds of meat are on sale, I buy it. And for the most part, if a cut of meat is not on sale, I'm not going to buy it. So I can go to the grocery store, buy the meat and the produce and the ingredients that are on sale, and then come home, put the meat in the freezer, put the other groceries away, and then make a menu plan based on what I actually have on hand. It limits the choices, but that's actually one of the benefits, because when we have too many options to choose from, when it feels like everything is possible, that is what triggers procrastination and overwhelm and, just deer in the headlights. Like, I don't know what to do or where to start because anything's possible. Like, nope, everything's not possible. What's possible is using up that ground beef that's in the fridge right now. So what are my options there? And then as you begin to cook this way, you begin to build a repertoire. And it's great if you brain dump as you go, make lists as you go, and come up with a core list of meals that your family likes. I call this a meal strategy, and I talked about it in the last video. So if you missed that, you definitely want to go back and catch the previous video on a meal strategy. And then coming up next, I'm going to actually talk about how to get faster in the kitchen so that it is easier and more normal to put family dinners on the table, because what trips up a lot of ladies is that dinner takes so long to prepare. And the solution isn't necessarily just searching for 30-minute dinners. The solution is actually increasing our skill in the kitchen so that chopping an onion, getting pasta to boil, starting our rice, cooking ground beef, whatever, is just a process that we can do practically in our sleep. That takes practice. It will actually take years of practice overall, but it is deliberate practice and not just simply time passing that brings us those skills. Anyway, that's the next video. When we have a pantry that is stocked with our basic go-to items, then it also becomes faster to cook because we know what we have on hand and we become accustomed to grabbing it and using it. When we're buying brand new ingredients all the time, then it's like a whole new adventure every time, which adventures can be fun. But if every single family dinner is an adventure, that could get tiresome. It's better to adventure from a base set of skills and to have a base number of basic go-to family dinners that you know you have the ingredients on hand and you know exactly how to get started. Starting is often the hardest part. So you know that if you pull out the pork, say from the freezer, you can get that thing in the crock pot with an onion and Montreal steak seasoning, and that is that. You will have dinner. You can put that on rice. You can put that with potatoes. You can put it inside a tortilla with sour cream. There are options. That kind of ability to get a basic family meal pulled together comes with practice, deliberate practice, and with a meal strategy built on a stocked pantry. That's how to make family dinners normal and just a part of our everyday rhythm. If you want a head start in putting together a master pantry list to shop from and plan from, then head to simplyconvivial.com/pantry. That's simplyconvivial.com/pantry, or you can find the links in the show notes for this episode or in the description box. And you'll get some menu planning templates as well as my basic pantry master shopping list. And I wanted to share this comment that I received a while back from Vanessa when we worked through Simplified Pantry inside our community last year. She said, "Simplified Pantry has really changed the mealtime dynamic in my life. I didn't realize how much I was complicating meals. It was a huge point of stress." You can give up the stress. Simplify your pantry. It's just one of the courses inside Convivial Circle, and we'll be starting it soon as a community with extra support and accountability. You can find links all about it in the description below, or go to simplyconvivial.com and click the green Enroll button to get started with us today. And don't miss the next video in this series where we're going to talk about how to get faster in the kitchen so that family meals are fast and simple.